I never thought it would come to this. I never thought I'd be sitting here, staring at the empty space beside me, regretting every single word I said. But here I am, and it's all my fault. I pushed him away, and now he's gone. My husband Nathan, the man who stood by me through everything, the one I thought would never leave, is gone, and I'm left alone, regretting the moment I thought I could test him, take him for granted. It all started so innocently. Nathan came home that night like he always did, tired but smiling, carrying the weight of the day on his shoulders but never letting it show. He had a hard job, construction management, stressful high-pressure projects, but at home he was always calm, always there for me. I used to admire that about him. I thought I could handle everything else on my own, but I took him for granted. I didn't see it coming, the way everything would fall apart because of one careless comment. That night, he walked into the kitchen looking exhausted but still managing to smile. I, on the other hand, had spent the day scrolling through social media, binging shows, and ignoring the mountain of laundry piling up in the corner. I hadn't even started dinner. Why bother? I thought we could just order in. It wasn't a big deal. But when Nathan came in and saw nothing on the stove, nothing prepared, his smile dropped. It wasn't anger I saw in his eyes. It was something worse, disappointment. He sighed, rubbing the back of his neck. Rachel, you've been home all day. The least you could do is cook something. I didn't expect that. I didn't want to hear it. I was tired too, wasn't I? So I did what I always did, I brushed it off. I snapped back, crossing my arms defensively. Oh please, you should be grateful that I even picked you over all my other options. For a second there was silence. His expression froze, his hands still in his pockets. It was like I had said something that hit him deep, deeper than I even realized. His voice was low, almost too calm when he finally spoke. What? I laughed it off, trying to cover the hurt in my voice. I mean, let's be real. You weren't exactly my first choice, but hey, I settled down, didn't I? The words were out before I could stop them. I knew the second they left my mouth that I had crossed a line. But Nathan, he didn't yell, he didn't shout, he didn't even look angry. He just stared at me with that blank expression, and it was the scariest thing I'd ever seen. He blinked once, then twice, before he exhaled sharply. Good to know, he muttered, turning away. I tried to downplay it, laughing it off. Oh, come on, Nathan, don't be so dramatic. But he wasn't being dramatic. He interrupted me, his voice cutting through the air like a knife. I just finally get it. That should have been my wake-up call. That should have been the moment I realized things weren't going to go back to normal. But I didn't listen. I shrugged it off, assuming he'd cool down, that we'd move past it. We always did. But that night, Nathan didn't come to bed. I should have known then. An hour later, I went upstairs to find him pulling his suitcase out of the closet. My stomach sank. What are you doing? I laughed nervously, trying to play it off. You're not actually leaving over a dumb joke, are you? He didn't even look at me. He just kept packing, his movements slow and deliberate, like he had already made his decision. His face was blank, unreadable. That's when the panic set in. Okay, I'm sorry. I was just messing with you, I said, voice shaky. But Nathan didn't stop. He zipped up his suitcase, turned to face me, and his voice was calm, too calm. It's not just this, Rachel. It's everything. You don't appreciate me. You don't respect me. And now I know how you really feel. My heart dropped into my stomach. I opened my mouth, but nothing came out. I tried to defend myself, tried to say something to make him stay, but my words were empty. That's not fair, I finally blurted out. I do appreciate you. He tilted his head, looking at me like he was seeing me for the first time. Then why do I feel like an afterthought? He asked. His voice barely above a whisper. Had no answer. I couldn't think of anything to say. And that was when I did what I always did when faced with uncomfortable truths. I deflected. So what? You're just going to run away. You're going to leave over one dumb argument. He let out a bitter laugh, shaking his head. This isn't running away, Rachel. This is me realizing I don't have to beg to be wanted. With that, he grabbed his suitcase, turned and walked out the door. I stood there, frozen, my heart pounding in my chest. I thought he'd come back. He always did. But this time he didn't. The next few days were a blur. Missed calls, unread texts, a constant spiral of guilt and confusion. I convinced myself that he just needed space. He was cooling off. That's what I told myself, until I saw the email. It wasn't just an inquiry about an apartment. It was a lease agreement. Nathan was moving on. I called him immediately, straight to voicemail. I texted him, "What is this? You're actually getting an apartment." Hours passed with no reply. Then finally one text, just one. "I'm not making any decisions yet, but I need space." And just like that, everything shattered. I had lost him. Not because I cheated. Not because we had some explosive fight. But because I made him feel small. Because I didn't appreciate him when I had the chance. Now I'm sitting here alone in this house with nothing but my regret. I never thought I'd be the one to push him away. I never thought I'd be the one sitting here wishing I could take back the words. Wishing I could undo everything. But I can't. Nathan's gone. And I have nothing.